What's up, everyone? Broke Rad with you again. Today we're doing a 2015 Subaru Forester oil change. Remember, you can't afford not to. First things first, get your car off the ground. I like to use these ramps over a jack. I've got the parking brake on, and I've also got these plastic stoppers on the back to keep it from rolling. Okay, we're gonna pop the hood right here. Pull that. Come around, just under the logo, you push to the left, and pick up. So, first thing I like to do is pull the dipstick out a little bit. It's gonna allow air to go down there. Here's your oil. Go ahead and open that as well. Same concept, it's gonna allow air in there and it's gonna allow it to drain better. Okay, so on these Subarus, like with most cars, right? The oil pan is underneath. So if we go under, you've got this little hole here. And there's the drain. That's 17 millimeters. So make sure you get a pan under here to catch it. And we're gonna take that off. Okay, so we got this loose. It's gonna make a mess. I kind of like to just let it fall if I can. And there you go. Retrieve that before you lose it. And just let it drain. So while it's draining down below, we can go ahead and take this filter out. I'm gonna be using a tool like this. You can use whatever you want, but this is obviously specifically for filters. I'm gonna clamp onto it and wrench it off. Okay, so this loosened up very easily. Just screws off. And we're gonna dispose of this. But you can see here, right, there's some dirty oil, and there's some gunk built up. We should go ahead and clean this, but you don't wanna get anything down right into the actual oil reservoir, so just be a little careful. So you're also going to want to get a new crush washer for your bolt here. Take off the old one, put on the new one. This helps it, this just helps prevent leaking is really what that's doing. So this is pretty much done, just dripping. I'm going to go ahead and replace the bolt, finger tighten it, clean up the area, and then we'll torque it down. All right, now we're going to be using a torque wrench to torque down that nut to the specific specifications. The manufacturer recommends 32, I don't know if you can see it there, 32 foot-pounds. So I'm gonna go ahead and go under there and just torque it down. Next thing we're gonna do is replace the oil filter. So here's a brand new one. I decided to go with K&N. And we're using this full synthetic high mileage 0W20 oil. So this car's got 110,000 miles on it. So something I would recommend doing is this has an O-ring here. We would like to lubricate that before putting it back on. So you can get just a tiny bit of oil, new oil on your finger, and get that O-ring just lubricated. It's gonna sit a lot better. And once that's lubricated, we can put it in here, and we're just gonna hand tighten this, okay? So you're gonna tighten it all the way down. Might dry your hand off, but just get that as tight as you can with a hand and it should seep fine. Okay, the final thing we have to do is replace the oil. Again there, that's where it's gonna go. I'll remind everyone we're using 0W20. And this car theoretically takes 5.1 quarts, so this is 5 quarts. I'm gonna start with just this, and then we're gonna check the oil level with that dipstick. All right, so we just put 5 quarts in here. We can take this out, replace your cap. Make that tight, put your dipstick down. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna push this guy off the blocks. I'm gonna run it for probably 2 minutes, let it sit for about 5, check the oil, see how we're doing. So here's that dipstick It's really hard to see on camera, but the line is just below that upper circle. So this is almost perfectly full. I'm just gonna leave it as is. And that's how you do an oil change, guys. I hope that helped.